Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys, let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies. So on Bitcoin we see some upward bounces and on other markets as well. On the gold price moved lower, but on risky assets and rivals of the dollar, euro currency in particular, stocks, you could see some rebound. So on the weekly chart, we think that it is too early to speak about the reversal. But if we would get some relief in the geopolitical situation, which I think makes no sense to forecast, is because we know nothing about this and we can't foresee what really could happen in the geopolitical arena. So from that standpoint, we just should keep in mind that every time it might be the surprise. Hardly it will be positive for the Bitcoin, just because, well, this is risky assets and as you can see, reaction in general on the events that we see. So definitely it carries no features of the gold, no features of the safe haven assets, and behaves like the just simple stock. From that standpoint, any surprise in geopolitical arena hardly will be positive. And currently we see really no background, no reasons to suggest that we could get some reversal on the Bitcoin in the near term. It's just because in a situation when investor stands nervous and in a tough situation, and when they are keeping positions in the safe haven assets, overall situation in the world stands not really very easy. In such background and environment, hardly we will see the big investments in the Bitcoin. At the best case, it will stand somewhere in some range, and maybe it will show even short-term ABCD pullback if within the few weeks situation will not become tougher in the geopolitical arena. Because technically and from the financial point of view, it might be the pullback here is possible, just because on the background on geopolitical events, rising prices on crude oil and gas, it brings additional component in the inflation. Not only in the United States, but in general in the world. That's why United States stands in a very, tricky moment. So it is quite unwelcome for the United States to raise the rate right now, but they have to do this because of the really very high inflation. At the same time, geopolitical tensions starts lead to some rumors and talkings that maybe it could slow down the overall performance of the economy, and maybe Fed will not need to raise rates so fast and so aggressively. That's why currently the situation stands so that according to the futures on the Fed fund rate, you could see that investors mostly expect just 25 basis points rate change in March, which is definitely dovish for stocks, and supportive for stocks, for Bitcoin as well. On this background, and if we will not get any surprise in the geopolitics, we not exclude the chance that we could get this pullback. But if you would like to invest in the Bitcoin for a long time, I think that this situation and current price action is not yet at the point where you need to do this. So I would wait a bit more before investing in Bitcoin. If you would like to make some scalp trade, short-term bullish trade, well, theoretically, you could consider the setups that we have on lower time frames. So first of all, on the daily chart, we have to keep an eye on performance around the MACD predictor. In general, we have the bounce, but it stands very small. So it's small and a bit gray also. It's definitely not the sign of the reversal, which I think, and not exclude the chance that actually we could get the downward continuation right from this point. Especially if we will get within a couple of sessions the bearish grabber right here is just taken out with these lows. Since this low stands very close to that one, the market is not at oversold anymore. So here easily we could get the downward continuation and further drop. So as a bottom line in dry residual, we could say that we're still keeping the major OP at 26. That we think should be reached. So currently, at least, we do not see any reasons to change this view, because this is definitely not very impressive performance that market showed. But if you're trading on the lower time frames, you're trading on the really hourly chart, for example, in lower time frames, you could consider this pattern. So theoretically, based on the relief that we've got on Friday, we've got bullish reversal upward swing. Here's retracement forming the right arm. And, well, if you'd like to take the risk in the current situation and you have the confidence with this situation, you would like to buy, well, this is just a very common scenario that we're seeing here many times previously, where it's head and shoulders. The right arm either already had been formed, or potentially it might be a bit deep retracement to 38 area, 37.50. So that's potentially what could happen. The target will be some kind of the ABCD pattern somewhere around 43. So this is the level that market could reach, and if it really will happen, that might be the starting point for action with this pattern. Potentially it might go to the 48 a bit later if everything will stand quiet. So that's it. If you would still decide to trade the Bitcoin and try and take the long position, you could think about possible this pattern. Also, this probably will be some support area around it as usual. This might be 30% probably around it. Right, so you can see that 38 is approximately 30% support. Also could keep an eye on this pattern. That's actually all that we have on the Bitcoin. Overall performance stands flat. So theoretically here we could get some bounce, but scenario with the 26 still stands on the table. So that's our current view.